you search for how to beat Echoes of Wisdom, you'll find tons of videos telling you exactly what to do and how to do it. But what if we flip that on its head? Who's going to tell you about all the things you shouldn't do and all the mistakes you probably don't want to make? As someone who's often prone to missing the obvious answer in video games, I am here to tell you exactly that. So come with me on my journey across Hyrule as I desperately try to not get Zelda killed, and together we'll discover just how not to beat Echoes of Wisdom. Our journey begins here at the Southern Ruins, and having opened the game literally 5 minutes ago, I had already got myself into a bit of an unexpected pickle. Wait, no, why have you done, no, why are you fighting me? Why are you fighting me? Lesson number 1, be ready for anything, because I was not. You see, I actually remembered this scene from the trailer and I was under the illusion that I was just gonna watch the fight. I thought it was just a cutscene. Cutscene, it was not. And I can already hear but they gave you a tutorial before this, you should have known it was coming. And yeah, that might be true. But in my head, this fight was simply not my concern. If Link wanted to fight Ganon, that's up to him. But why am I in it? I knew we were supposed to be playing as Zelda in this game, so the last thing I was expecting was to have to hop in the ring with Ganon before the title card even showed up. So I got good news and I got bad news. Which one do you want to hear first? Just kidding, this is a video. I've already made that decision. The good news is, after running for my dear life...
Sprinting! Yes! I just gotta keep sprinting!
I had made it back up to Hyrule, safe and... well, not sound, probably a little bit shaken, but faring better than Link. The bad news, however, is that this relative moment of peace I found lasted for about all of 5 minutes. Wait, pause. No. Lock who up? Look, I know you can't be talking about me. I know you can't be talking about me. Really is always something, huh? But I was gonna be fine because I just met my new friend Troy and I was gonna get out of jail no problem, right? I could really do with another I didn't mean to do that. Okay, no, you don't see me. You don't see. Look, a table. Guess who got sent all the way back to the beginning? I don't know why in my head I was like, all of these cards are deaf and absolutely none of them will hear me drop this relatively large item from a distance. Common sense would have told me otherwise, but hey, that's applying logic to someone who really wasn't using any at this point in the game. I had arrived on the beach and was honestly already a little lost at this point. Beaches are great and all if you're on holiday, but I had just broken out of jail. Zelda did not have time to be topping up her tan and I needed a way out of there ASAP. Now what I didn't realise was I actually went to the exact spot I needed to go to leave the beach, but rather than, you know, clear the entrance, I just looked at it and turned around. Okay, genuinely, like, where do I go? I've just been swimming around here and it's nice and all, but like, I kind of want to leave now. Where do I go? The cave! Got the cave! You've been there! Remember at the start of this video when I said that I'm prone to missing the obvious answer? This is what I was talking about. Now that I was successfully... well, no, it took me like 10 minutes. Now that I was in the cave, did my struggles end there? Let's see. Will I be buying the Alamo? Is the sky green? Do I have 100,000 subscribers? The answer to all of those questions is the same. No. But hey, if you want to help me change that last one to a yes one day, hit subscribe! Of course my struggles didn't end there. This is how not to be Echoes of Wisdom after all. Am I too short or something? Like, are my real life struggles following me to the game? Because this is giving me like I can't reach the top shelf vibes. So all this you're seeing me do right here, right? This is all pointless. Just utterly pointless. As it turns out, I didn't need to do any of this. I could have saved myself a whole bunch of time if I just looked a little closer and taken a couple more steps to my right. Because that right there, my friends, is a climbing wall. Yes, the game is called Echoes of Wisdom. No, you don't have to use echoes for absolutely everything. Oh, okay, this is cool. I had found my first rift, and if you weren't sure already, the fact I'd been in the still world for literally 8 seconds before I'd managed to throw Zelda off a ledge completely unpressured should be all the proof you need that I am the right person to show you exactly what not to do in this game. There was literally no challenge here. All I had to do was walk forward in a straight line, and I failed it like a drunk person trying to convince a police officer that they're under the limit. After progressing through the still world doing more stupid things like that and making equally stupid jokes like this. Hey, do you guys know Daisy? Daisy me rollin'. Oh, you ever just giving yourself the ick? I had made it back to the Saffron Ruins to complete the first dungeon in the game. Now, just because it was the first one, that doesn't mean everything was all smooth sailing. In fact, quite the opposite. Oh my god, is this the Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom or the Legend of Zelda Curse of the Little Legs? Because why can I not get up there? Ha! You can't get up here now. I'm safe. I'm safe. You can use my trampoline. Oh, I'm here. The last time I ran up here, Ganon was waiting for me, but he don't know. He don't know that I'm ready for him. The first time he got the jump on me, but this time, nah. Hold up. It looks a little different though. It's Link! If I do this pop, do you reckon he'll see me? Okay, yep, he sees me, he definitely sees me. Much to my surprise, this fight wasn't Ganon at all, but rather someone posing as our good friend Link. Okay, you know what? Armadillo! That's right, I'm gonna fight you with the power of a rolling armadillo. And if that fails, I'm gonna hit you with the power of a spear-throwing pig. Yeah. So fun fact, both failed. The final blow was actually dealt by some Keats, the flying bats who essentially nudged and annoyed our Linkish-looking imposter out of existence. I kept moving through the dungeon and discovered that I could do even more with the bind ability than I thought. Tri told me that pressing R would allow me to reverse bind and follow anything I was targeting. In all honesty, it was going pretty well until I decided I wanted to go unlock a treasure chest, at which point everything fell apart. Okay, come on. Oh, I don't reach. How do I get them? Do I jump? Well now what? Ooh, I get to go in the room with the pretty door. Oh, there's a dude coming out the floor. This is not Quartet, I mean Seismic Talus, the first boss in Echoes of Wisdom. Or the second, if you know you're counting Ganon jumping Link literally minutes into opening the game. Not that I'm still salty about it or whatever, but either way, it's the first one I had to face as Zelda. Get Carmadillo, dummy! Okay, I'm low on hearts and I really need to... Excuse me? Rude? Okay, I'll try over here and I'll... Ah, God forbid a girl be a little sleepy. Now you might argue that it wasn't the right time to try and take a nap, but you see what it is, right? I had been climbing things and fighting things and generally echoing everything I'd come into contact with for far too long at this point. My health was low. You can't see it, but Zelda, she had bags under her eyes. You know, we needed to just take a quick nap. You know, just a little one. Then I could let Rock Boy over here know what's what. But apparently, Mr. Seismic Talasis III, yes that's right, full government name, is a bit of a dirty fighter and took the opportunity while I was at my most vulnerable to take me clean out. With Dungeon 1 officially done, I did not mean to make that rhyme, I headed back to surface level Hyrule where I ran into Lefty, the real one this time, not the one who just stood there while my dad threw me in jail. She took us to Lubri's house where he told me he'd be able to upgrade my sword and my energy. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, this information went in one ear and straight out the other because I didn't go back to Lubri. Well, I did. Eventually, just a ridiculously, almost embarrassingly long amount of time after I was told I could. I arrived at the Gerudo Desert in search of another rift. However, what I found was Ancestor's Cave of Rest. Is this where you go in the rift? Okay, I assume I have to like these. What did that say? Rest in peace, brave warriors. Where's the... So now what? Is there something I'm supposed to be doing? Am I missing something here? There were several times throughout my playthrough when I thought I'd got somewhere early, but in reality I was actually just doing it wrong or missing something. Not this time though. I actually wasn't supposed to be there yet. I did accidentally manage to set myself on fire in the process, which, you know, wouldn't recommend doing that, 0 out of 10 experience. I wandered around for a bit more and eventually found myself in the town, where I made a very important discovery. Oh my god, I can speak to the kitties? I love that! Oh my god, I can speak to the cat! As tempting as it was to spend all day running around talking to cats, I had a job to do. 3? What do you mean 3? I came here to fix 1 rift. Now you tell me there's 3 more rifts? 4 rifts? As it turns out, before I could go do the thing I actually came to the desert for, I had to fix 3 more mini rifts. Much to my surprise, and probably yours too, considering how incredibly accident prone I'd been up until this point, fixing these mini rifts was strangely easy. I realised that this was actually when I was supposed to go to the Ancestor's Cave of Rest, but you know, been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. Actually, no, I didn't buy the t-shirt. There is no t-shirt because that would be weird. I was now finally able to do what I came here to do and hop back into the still world where I needed to find some more of Try's friends. I did this pretty successfully for the most part, but word of advice here. If you're going to use the Platiboom to get onto platforms, make sure you get out of its way. I didn't. I made the stupid mistake of standing right under it and that thing squished me like a bug. Try's friends weren't the only ones I found down there, as I also discovered the real Facette and brought her back up to the surface. When confronted, the fake Facette did her best Ice Spice impression and vanished without a trace. With another imposter officially taken care of, I made my way to the Gerudo Sanctum, the second dungeon in the game where I learnt one very important lesson. Reading is fundamental. Seek 2 distinct tributes. Clues to the desired tributes are recorded somewhere on this floor. So you see how I read that sign, right? We all saw that I read the message. Unfortunately, I didn't read the message. I was saying the word, sure, but taking in the information? Now, you see, that's where there's a problem. I didn't pick up on the fact that this in itself was a clue. Because let me tell you, I was confused. Oh, cute, cat statue. But, like, why do I need this? I got a snake one earlier and I don't... Like, what did I do? And on top of that lack of understanding, I still had my fair share of regularly scheduled Zelda game shenanigans to deal with. The floor? The floor? What is going on in your head, Nintendo? You sent the trees into UTK and now you're sending the floor? Let this be a callback to lesson number 1. Be ready for anything. No, seriously, anything. Because once again, I was not. And in the spirit of things from earlier in the game coming back to haunt me, Fake Link was back, this time with 2 more evil clones. It was at this point I decided to fully embrace the play your way nature of the game and took to taking down Evil Link cubed with the power of plants. Is this the way the devs had in mind when they made this fight? Probably not. Is this the most effective way to do this fight? Definitely not. Beating Link's evil clone this time gave me the Bow of Might. Great, fantastic piece of kit, very useful. If only I'd remembered to use it. I went into the next room, cleared the beetle nest pretty quickly and was left with just one more task. Get rid of the purple goo walls so I could use the ladder and get the hell out of there. This was easier said than done. Well, actually no, this was easy if I'd remembered what the game had given me literally 2 minutes before this. But where's the fun in that? I threw every echo you could think of at this purple wall of goo. Initially I made a path of beds to get closer to it, and I got right up there, realised, oh, I can only use 4 echoes, I still needed another one to actually break the wall, and for some bizarre reason I didn't think, oh no, let me just go back down and work it out from a safe spot. No. I stood up there and tried to attack it with my old faithful, the power of plants. Unfortunately for me, this did get rid of the bottom bed. You know, the one that was flashing and being like, hey, if you try to put another echo down, I'm going. Like, I'll do it, you know. And oh boy, did it go. I went down like a lead balloon. I then tried to throw a Poe and an Ignisol at it, thinking maybe I could burn it. Didn't work. I then tried to bulldoze it with a level 2 Caramadillo, and not only did it not work, but it took out the bed I was standing on, and I very narrowly missed plummeting to my doom again. This went on for about 5 more minutes until I just happened to take a glance up at the top left hand corner of my screen, and suddenly I remembered I had Sword Fighter mode, which I could use the bow in. After running around completing the rest of the dungeon, I only had one thing left to do. It was time to take down the Mole Man. No, not that Mole Man. I'm talking about Mogriff, the half mole, half griffin who equals one big problem. Well, actually no, this fight was pretty easy. However, I did once again try to take a little nap in the middle of the fight because I clearly hadn't learnt my lesson from earlier, and guess what? I got hit again. After withstanding the heat of the desert, it was time for me to go cool off at the Jabal Waters, where there was another rift waiting to be fixed. However, it was in Lord Jabu Jabu's den, who himself was last seen, and I quote, on a rampage. But it's fine, I'm sure that won't become a problem at any point later today. When I got to his den, I realised there was only so far I could get on my own. To open the door, I needed the chiefs of the river and Sea Zora to come down here and play some music. So I went to go see them, and it turns out there's just one teeny tiny issue. They hate each other's guts. But we did then see their friends get swallowed up by a giant well, which, you know, sucks for them, but it was perfect for me. Nothing quite says we're getting the band back together quite like trying to stop your friends from becoming fish paste. Little did I know, to save them and subsequently close up the rift, I also had to risk becoming fish food as I stared death in the face. Well, the mouth. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about this whale. Can you not? Stop that. Stop. You know what? Shark. Just for you, shark. I'm doing something. I don't think it's optimal though. I was riding the struggle bus. Actually, no, we're in water. Struggle submarine through that whole fight. And apparently I wasn't going to be allowed off as I made my way to the next dungeon. We're up there. No, are you kidding? Wait. Yes. I want that over there though. How do I put this? Wait, I got an idea. Wait. Yes! Oh my god, finally! I've been here way too long. Little water wall dilemma aside, I very quickly found myself at the entrance to and falling through the ground of Jabal Ruin, the third dungeon in the game. It's too quiet down here. I don't like it. That usually means some form of nonsense is about to happen. What the hell is that? Who are you? Ow! Excuse me, I'm swimming as fast as my little legs will carry me, okay? Relax with your water tornado, god. In all honesty, after this moment where I was once again caught off guard after saying multiple times that I wasn't going to get caught off guard again, most of this dungeon went pretty smoothly. Well, aside from one room, which was not difficult per se, but was getting so incredibly annoying to complete, I was considering closing the game and just having a little lie down. Now, I know what I want to do, but I can't get the fish there in time. Oh my Zelda, you could have made that damn jump. Really? Now I just gotta let the current take me. Okay, ow. Okay, seriously? You have got to be joking. Player Echoes of Wisdom, they said. It'll be fun, they said. I've been fighting the currents in this room for 10 minutes. Eventually, I did get all the switches on and left that godforsaken room. Unfortunately for me, leaving here meant it was time to face Vocavore and take down this... I actually have no idea what this is supposed to be, but it was going down. The next rift on our list was the one at our very own Hyrule Castle, which, in all honesty, I can't imagine Zelda was really looking forward to going back too much, because the last time she was there, they arrested her and called for her execution. But you know, needs must. So I hopped into the rift and made my way through the town Stillworld to the entrance of the castle. This was the start of the 4th dungeon, and I found myself faced with a very familiar scene. But this time, I wasn't breaking out, I was breaking in. Oh, okay, we're doing this again. But the guards have been like, purpled. Yeah. About that. Breaking in ended up being harder than breaking out for one reason, and it's probably not the one you think. Those of you who've played the game are probably thinking, oh, it's because if you get caught, this time you get sent to some weird purgatory where you have to fight something before you can try again. And let me tell you, that was annoying. At first. Then after a few tries, I realised I didn't even need to do the little fight, I could literally just leave. Now the problem with me arriving at this room now versus at the beginning was that I now had a better understanding of how the game actually worked. I know some of you are probably sitting there thinking, but isn't that a good thing? And the answer is yes, in theory. However, the fact I had a better understanding of how the game worked meant that I started rushing. I was like, I know where I want to put the crates, I know where the guards are going, let's get this done sharpish. And ended up getting caught a bunch of times because I was trying to get it done a little too quick. So I kept moving through the dungeon, trying to exercise a little bit of restraint and not do everything at a mile a minute. It was all going pretty well until I got to the boss fight room.
When all of a sudden, I hear this agitating, grating voice.
You deal with it. Okay, ow. You didn't need to go for him and me. Ooh, now you're angry. What you got for me? I can take it, Ganon. I know you.
A few moments later.
Stop with the fire keys. It's not everyday flipping fire, okay? You don't need to... Okay. Well, yeah. So the lesson here is that fire is dangerous and you should probably avoid it. I was doing perfectly fine until he brought fire into a fight that fire had no business being in. But hey, if that's the way he wanted to play it, then I had something up my sleeve for him. And by something, I mean moblins. I literally took down Ganon by just lobbing moblins at him. Now, was this optimal? Well, no. But in case you haven't noticed, we don't really do optimal around here. So good news, thanks to the power of Moblin chip damage, Zelda has her dad back! The bad news, however, is that after initially being told the rift in the castle was the last one, Tri and I arrived back on the surface to find out there were more opening up all over Hyrule. Oh well, off to the Farron Wetlands we go. Now of course arriving at the Farron Wetlands meant before I could even think about making my way to the dungeon, I had to save some of Tri's friends first, a task which for some reason always throws out some of the most humbling experiences I had across my entire playthrough. I don't even know what to do here and okay, oh my god, and now your spider's friend here, and that way's looking a little scary, and what was that? Okay, screw it, fire. Fire will deal with everything. See how, oh my god, I set myself on fire. I set myself on, if I just... Okay, well that meant. Do you mind? Not this again. You know what? I'm just gonna run around it. I'm just gonna run. Now, if I had £1 for every time Zelda was unfairly imprisoned in this game, I'd have £2 because I returned to the surface feeling pretty good after saving Tri's friends. And you know what those little scrubs did? Monster? I just saved your butt from getting dragged into a rift and you're worried about webs? You're at it! I'm helping! So guess who landed back in jail? Good news is, after making my way out of and then back into the Hyrule Castle jail, I'd become somewhat of an expert in prison breaks, and this one was pretty straightforward. Now the Faron Temple, one way to describe this one, lost. I was lost. I don't get it. I'm thinking maybe I need to put like these little pots on the little flower things, but then there's not enough pots and one of them's broken. Like, I didn't know where I was going. What? What? Where am I supposed to go then? Every angle is locked off. Okay, Shark, we've established you can swim through that, right? We've established you can carry me. But why, when I want you to do the two of those things together, are you acting silly? It's safe to say I definitely had my fair share of struggles working through this dungeon. With all that being said, and all the various puzzles that the Faron Temple had to offer, nothing had me more confused, more bamboozled than trying to do the mini-boss fight. And the joke is, I'm not even talking about beating the boss, I'm talking about finding it. Show yourself then. Where are you? Let's be having ya. Tell me why. I went to this room right here, mini boss fight arena. I went to this room, rocked up, and the mini boss just wasn't there? As it turns out, for the second time today, I got somewhere too early. With the Faron Temple, as you work your way through each section, you'll find that you keep getting dumped out at the exact same point, being this big room with the locked door at the entrance of the dungeon. Now on reflection, this probably should have been a clue for me that when I finally got my hands on a key, the first place I should have gone was straight back here. Unfortunately, I did not go straight back there. I went downstairs, where instead of finding a giant treasure chest eating plant, I found nothing. After taking down Manhandler and Goma with relative ease, I realised that the hardest part of the Faron Temple wasn't taking down the bosses at all, but rather navigating the dungeon in the first place. I arrived back on the surface, saw the little Deku scrubs were hip hooray and celebrating, and I'm celebrating with them. But then, as the quest complete message comes up on my screen, it hits me. That was the precise moment I made the realisation that I was over halfway through the game and hadn't upgraded my sword at all. One trip to Lubri later, I found myself at the Elden Volcano, which worried me slightly, because I'd managed to set myself on fire multiple times throughout my playthrough, and was now entering a place that's home to every fire creature you could possibly imagine. Now little did I know, before enemy number 1, fire, could become any sort of real problem, I had to face enemy number 2. The ledge. Might just stay up here, you know, might just... never mind. I don't know, I feel like I'm supposed to... well, I didn't want to do that. If I grab the... I don't know, this thing, and then I didn't do that right. And it was just, nope. I made my way up to the Goron city, and after scaling a whole volcano, I was hoping for a little rest and relaxation. Unfortunately, I didn't get either of those, because guess what was waiting for me up there? Yes, to fly, my pretties. Now why would you put it up there, right? Nope. Okay, it's fine, we'll do it again. Still no. Okay, third time's the never mind, fourth time's the charm. Come on, seriously? Right, you make it on, stay there, do not... Are you kidding? Are they allergic to the platform or something? What's going on? Right, finally, stay there, stay on... This cannot be serious. Do you know what the worst part is? I know this wasn't intended to be difficult. I know it. I don't know if my Hydrosol Echoes had seen me fall off of that many ledges that they assumed I also wanted them to jump off of it or what, because they did not want to stay on there. I got to the Elden Temple expecting the worst, but for the most part it was fine. I mean, I still messed up here and there. Come back here, give me you, and now we wait. Go. Oh, that didn't work. I'm on fire after respawning, for what reason? But this dungeon was going well. Almost suspiciously well. Now, what's that? I didn't make that jump. Oh, there it is. The boss of the Elden Temple has arrived, and it was my worst nightmare. Hey, let me now. I got hold of you. How do you like? I missed the jump. Now, where are you going? I did not mean to do that. No, don't take the bed, don't hit me, okay, hit us both then. That's cool. That's cool too. I proved I still hadn't learnt from all of the many times it had happened before and tried to take a little power nap. Didn't work. Yeah, I briefly got some hearts back, but I couldn't get out of the bed and out of the way quick enough. Eventually, I did slay the dragon and made my way from one weather extreme to another as I headed up the Hebra mountain. Okay, calm down, clam down. We got Frosty and not so jolly snowman over here. Do I look okay, Try? This outfit has no sleeves. I, in fact, did not have anything that could keep me warm. Well, not warm and practical anyway. I did initially try to combat the cold by just carrying around a fire case everywhere, but I quickly realised that wasn't going to work the second an enemy tried to come for me the moment I wanted to climb a ladder, or if I had to jump, like at all. So I had to concede defeat and go get something to warm me up. Now filled to the brim with warm smoothies, I attempted to make my way across the Hebra mountain. Don't mind me, nothing to see here. Look, I'm not stopping. Actually, scratch that, I might be stopping. But how do I get up there? You know what, never mind. And there's a gap there. There's a gap. And I can sense, how did I miss? I've hit the map in surprise there because it's literally a straight jump down. How did I miss? Now I can't get up there. This is so quite funny really. There's tons of enemies in this game and nothing has got the better of me more than the elements or simply the power of gravity. Oh, and while we're on the topic of gravity, wait, what? What just happened? I'm sorry, does this echo have a time limit? I was flabbergasted and quite frankly mildly outraged that something I was using as a platform had once again dropped me to my doom. But I can't lie, on reflection, this makes perfect sense. I mean, come on, clouds aren't exactly known for being strong and sturdy, are they? You gotta leave the cloud before the cloud leaves you. Not long after this, I found myself at yet another temple, which started off just about as well as you imagine it did. Come on Orb, we're going on a little journey, just come... What? What are you doing back over there? Okay, we'll do it again. Come on then, I ain't got all day. Wait. I might be an idiot. I might be an idiot. I'm so... It goes here. Yeah, it goes here. I just ran straight past it. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I am often somewhat prone to missing the obvious answer when it comes to games. Do you see what I'm talking about now? Now, as for the rest of this dungeon, most of it went okay, aside from when I inevitably had to use the clouds as platforms again, and well, just take a look. Considering this whole section of the game is focused on ice and snow and cold stuff in general, you'll never believe what the biggest struggle I faced when I finally rocked up to the boss fight was. What if I just actually know I should again with the fire? Why do we all default to fire? How does Zelda even have hair at this point? The amount of fire that's been thrown on that girl's head, she should be bald by now. Boldza, they'll call her. Fire was literally the last thing I expected to see in this fight, but it haunts me. It haunts me and then it taunts me. Aside from that though, this fight wasn't too bad. I returned back to the surface having taken down Scorchill where suddenly I was confronted. By myself? Doesn't she know there's only room for one Zelda in Hyrule? Now, my evil clone, I gotta give her credit. She talked the good talk, she walked the good walk, but ultimately, she was no match for yours truly. And by that, I mean the level 3 Dark Knight Echo. I'm sorry, they never should let me get my hands on this one. I barely used anything else the whole fight, because why would I? Well, actually, it's funny I asked myself this, because the Dark Knight, it's strong. It's powerful, it's also snail speed slow, and that did occasionally leave me vulnerable to some of my evil clones' shenanigans. There is no way. There's no way. What are the odds that she spawns in fire enemies and one spawns on my head? Big arena, you know, and one lands straight on me. After reminding my evil clone of exactly why this game is called The Legend of Zelda and not The Legend of Zeldas, I had managed to free Link, and together we had one final challenge. It was time to defeat Null once and for all. Of course, that was easier said than done. Go my little buzzy blobs. Fry that plant. Fry that. You can hit me? You're fighting him. Why are you hitting me? Right, up we go. Yeah. Yeah. Really? Link, please. Link, please. Just get up there. Bro, please. Please. This is giving unstoppable force versus immovable object. And we've been here for so long. After progressing through Null's body, ew, this was it. We were face to face with the menace, the creature behind all these rifts. And it was time to shut it down once and for all. Or, you know, try to, anyway. Wait, no. What's this? What is this? How many hands do you have? How many hands do you have? Oh my god, now is not the time for you to get stuck. Let me go, man. Help. How? What do I do? I'm so confused. What do I do? How? Ganon clones, can you not? I'm trying to... Stop. I'm on fire because of course I am. Because of course I am. Why wouldn't I be? With the final blow dealt by my old faithful, the level 3 Dark Knight Echo, we had done it. Null was no more. And there we have it. Against all the odds, despite all the mistakes and all the silly decisions, Hyrule was saved, and now you know just how not to be Echoes of Wisdom. If you enjoyed this video, I recommend watching the one on screen now and hitting subscribe while you're at it. But most importantly, stay positive, stay smiling, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!